And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome to episode 27 of Industrial Rotation. I think this is episode 27. I don't know. My number is a little bit messed up right now, so we'll have to find out. Anyways, we're working on some rotary craft stuff today. All right, so we're getting some steel shafts. We're going to need to get... Let's see if I can do this myself. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2... Nope, I may need some more base panels. Base panel. Thank you. And and one of these. Haha. Bevel gears. Perfect. Oh, forgot to put that bone meal away. And let's see. So we got ourselves the steel shafts, the bevel gears, and I also need a shaft junction. Okay. I think it's like that. I think it goes something like that, and maybe like that. Nope, those are more bevel gears. All right, so you have to look up that recipe. Aha, it's 3 of these. And then 2 of these. Yes, perfect. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to need are a pair of things called fermenters. All right? So let's look at the fermenter. Okay, well that's not bad. So what is that? That's 4, and we just need some more HSLA. So let's do, oops, all right, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, more HSLA, please. There we go. We're going to need 2 of them, all right? So it was like, if I remember, it was like this, like that, and like this. Beautiful. That gets us 2 of the fermenters we need. The last thing we're going to need is a steam engine, all right? Which, you know, we've crafted a couple times, but might as well show it to you guys again, mostly because I forgot to make it ahead of time. Yeah, all right. We need an impeller. We need 2 base panels, which I already have. And, you know, this is what I tend to do with this, because sometimes rotary craft recipes and I can get ourselves just a little confused. We'll need some, I think it's copper we can use instead. We need some cobblestone across the top. And then we need a condenser. Oops. Condenser. Oh, we need more liquid pipes. All right, that's fine. Remember that. That's 6 HSLA. So let's go HSLA. And we're going to need some glass to boot. There we go. So we just do that, and this gets us some more of those. And this should get us the condenser. Like that. And I think it's just a shaft unit for the steam engine. I hope it is, because I'm running out of HSLA. Yep, just a shaft unit. All right, so we go like this, like this, like this. Oops. That. We go like that, and then that. Not like that, like that. And a steam engine. Perfect. And I think I should have some netherrack laying around there. Beautiful. All right. So let's get this rolling. Now, you know, this would be a good time also to just get myself another aqueous accumulator. There we go. All right, so let's get one of these now. I don't want the resident. I want basic machine frame, which is a tin. Would you give me the easy recipe? A tin gear. You need. I already have those, don't I? And I'm gonna need. Let's see. Okay. So then I need. Nope. Yes. All right. Machine frame basic. And a pneumatic servo, and we should be able to get ourselves an aqueous accumulator. And do I have buckets, enough buckets to do this? All right, bucket. Apparently not. All right, so we need some iron plates. Greg Tech popping up at the most inconvenient times possible, of course. Thank you, Greg. Though, honestly, I actually think Greg Tech makes this a lot more fun. Oh, right. AgriCraft. I installed AgriCraft. I forgot about that. Haha. Yes, AgriCraft. Because I saw it and I thought, boy, that looks awesome. I want that. So, I did, because this is my mod pack, and I get to do things like that. I'm not insane, really. Do I not have another bucket? Is that my only bucket? Okay, then. Wow, that's interesting. I could have sworn I had two, but apparently that was one of the ones I used to make the aqueous accumulator down here. Right. So, I think I've shown you guys the aqueous accumulator before. Have I? Or have I just used water from my rotary craft pump? I think I've just been using water from the rotary craft pump, so I haven't needed this yet. Alright, so basically what this is the aqueous accumulator is yet another way to get infinite water. And it really came about back when water physics in Minecraft have always been a love-hate relationship, and especially when everyone was using a lot of buildcraft engines, things could get a little funky from time to time. Oh, right, I did that. Oh, right. Things could get a little bit funky because you could have your water freeze underneath the pump. That's the downside to a pump system. The idea with the aqueous accumulator, of course, was to get water without having to use a pump. All right? So it just kind of generates water from the environment. It works better if there's water on either side of it, but it's still, it was an improvement over the old pump system. All right? So I forgot to do this earlier, so why don't I do this now? Let me find my digging hammer. There it is. And why don't we expand this room just a wee bit? Thank you. And let's actually put it down, I think, 2 levels over here. Yeah, 2 levels sounds like a good choice. And yes, I should have used Fortune on that. But I don't much care right now. Because right now I'm just trying to get this going in a way that makes some amount of logical sense for you guys in, less than an hour and a half. All right, so let's do that. And come on. Oh, right. This is the point where I realize that I probably should have some light down here. That might be helpful to what I'm doing. Actually be able to see what I'm doing. Anyways, also, that magnetite is actually much more useful from ReactorCraft, is much more usable in GregTech. Oh, mods. Right, I added mods, and I should probably tell you about the mods that I added. Anyways, so the mods that were added in the latest pack update, which should be out by now unless something has gone critically wrong with FTB, or me, and I forgot to get pack permission for mod pack permission for something, which is always a possibility with me. All right, don't ever discount the fact that I can definitely mess things up in some pretty entertainingly huge ways, and get yelled at by the FTB people. Actually, they don't really yell at you; they just kind of like, dude, would you check your mods? Yeah. Anyways, there have been a couple times that I've done things like forgotten to take Optifine out, which puts everyone in a great mood because you can't have Optifine. Anyways, all right, so we're doing this. Right, we're doing this. Right, so mods that were added. AgriCraft got added. Better Generators got added. All right, Better Generators is a mod from the same guy who does... the same guy who does Gendustry. All right, and it has better, interesting power generation mechanics, and I really kind of like the way it works, so I added it. I was originally a little bit odd about adding it, and then I realized that because the way he does his configuration stuff, I can really change it to balance it out more to a GregTech style pack. Okay, so this gives you a bit more space to work in here. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're also going to need to get ourselves some sugar, and I just realized that. Yeah. And I don't think I have any sugar cane. I don't. How much honey do I have? I don't have a lot of honey drops, all right? But what we can do is we can actually turn that honey into sugar courtesy of mods. Courtesy of mods. Yes, of mods. Courtesy of HarvestCraft. Pam's HarvestCraft, we can do that. So let's see how many honeycombs we have out here. And I haven't been good about checking up on my bees because they're kind of out of the way and I don't tend to think about them. So let's just do that. So let's get the honeycombs out and let me actually swap. Ooh, I have nobles now. And let me swap these bees around a little bit. Yeah, okay. So let's trash these guys. I have some weird breeding mechanics going on by accident right now. So that's that. Yeah, let's just throw those two together. I was trying to do breeding, but it just isn't working. I'm going to have to wait until I actually get... Ooh. Okay, so let's see if I can actually get a comment out of this. All right, anyways. So the... let's throw this guy away. So I'm going to just wait until I get Gendustry up and running to really get into bees, because you guys don't want to watch that. Normal bee breeding. Watching paint dry is probably more fun. All right, so we have our carpenter. Did I ever get a centrifuge? Oh, I was using the Greg Tech centrifuge. That's right. Okay, so quick bee thing. So you get these honeycombs, right? And then you want to turn them into finished products using a centrifuge, all right? So you just grab the centrifuge. Nice. And we're just going to plop it down here because it does power off of RF, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so let's do that. And I think you're still in output mode. And let's throw our honeycombs in, and we'll throw our dripping combs into the top of it. And this guy's just going to run. All right, so he's going to get us our honeycombs. I don't know if they're going to actually get pulled out or not. Apparently they aren't today, but that's fine. And this should get us some of these drops of honey, okay? Now the other thing we're going to need is we're going to need dirt. Dirt? Yes, dirt. We're going to need dirt. Not a lot of dirt, but we do need some dirt. Let's just clear our inventory just a little bit. Now, it's not that we don't need a lot of dirt. We actually do need a decent amount of dirt, but it's not that big a deal. Dripping combs. I wonder, do those give me more honey drops? I don't remember. They give me honeydew, which I don't know if I can use that. Yes, I can. Okay. So honeydew gets me sludge. I think I can also can I just use straight honey drops then? Yes, I can. Okay, that's perfect. Excuse me. There we go. All right. So we need to do two things here. The first thing we need to get is yeast. All right, sugar and dirt gets me yeast. The second thing we need to get is sludge. Okay, so sludge we then get from yeast, oak leaves. Yeah, all right. So let's get this rolling. Now, so to get the yeast, we need to drop down here. Let's see, we have that honey drop, and I forgot if this can actually be... No, okay. So the honeydew is basically useless for us. That's fine. So let's get the rest of this honey drops out, and then let's find our pot. All right. Not put, pot. I can type. Did I do something weird, interesting, and entertaining with my Harvestcraft stuff? Did I? Did I do something really Oh, right. Okay. Hold on. We're going into this mode. Hold on. Oh, that was a derp. Remember how I had to delete all of my, I had to delete blue power from the pack. So, yeah. That was fun. I had to delete blue power, so I lost anything that was in a blue power project table. What happened, for those of you guys who don't know, is that it was generating some world exceptions on load, which is it's a world's killer. Basically, it corrupted the world. And with mods, one of the ways that you can fix that is by simply taking the mod out of your pack entirely and then loading up the game. So any items that were in that mod are removed before they can load, because obviously they don't exist anymore. The game doesn't know about them, so they get removed. And then you can load up the game. And because it's being funky and I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to deal with the risk of it not working, I'm just leaving it out of the pack. All right. So the first thing we're going to do here, and if I hear that it's gotten more stable, I will re-add it, just so that you guys know. All right, because I do like it. I really like it a lot. Why do I only have one water bucket? I should have more than... Oh, because I forgot to fill the second bucket with water. Ha 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 ha. That was wicked intelligent of me. I wonder, can I just fill you straight out of it? Nope. Can I just fill you straight out of there? Nope, apparently not. Okay, so let's... easier way to probably do this would be just to make myself a portable tank. Just a basic one should do. And we'll just put you... This will be my new water access area right there. Oh, you can't fill from the top, apparently? That's interesting. So you can't use it as a buffer anymore, huh? Okay. I guess that doesn't make a lot of sense, but alright. Balance, I guess? I don't know. It's an interesting change, but alright. Or you just don't want to fill from, you know... Yeah, you just don't want to fill from that. Okay. That's good to know. Things you find out about mods that you'd rather not, huh? Alright, so we'll just come over here. So we're actually going to be using a fairly similar system to the grinder that's over here. That's new. Those are shiny now. Okay. I know I updated Buildcraft, but I didn't realize they were making everything shiny. Alright, so as I was saying, what we're going to be doing is, this is sort of the next step in our... This is sort of the next step in our rotary craft. Oh, for the love of crap. This is basically the next step in working with rotary craft, all right? What it will let us do... There we go. Is increase our power, all right? Rotary craft is heavily gated, and what gated means that there's sort of a strict progression in rotary craft. You do A, then B, then C, then D. And Rika's gone through a lot of trouble to make sure that you really can't skip that many steps. I think there are a couple corners you can cut, but they're intended corners, you know, so you're rewarded a little bit for having good progression in other mods, but not honestly that much. So we'll put that guy there. All right. So then what we're going to do is right over here, we'll put in our steam engine. All right, and that's going to mean netherrack. And netherrack then goes to... Come on, where are you? Flint and steel. All right, so we then light this guy up. Actually, we want this to be a space forward, I believe, just to make my piping a little bit easier. And netherrack, we'll put that down there. And flint and steel, we'll... Thank you, Greg. And then all we'll have to do is... get our... I had some... There we go. Pressurized fluid conduit. And we'll run it like this. Remember, connect it to your fluid source last, or else you get some interesting effects. Alright, so then we're going to hook this guy in right like that. And so he's going to fill up. He's full of water now. Perfect. Okay, so now what? Well, now we need to start doing some interesting things. So the first things first is we need to do a shaft split. And as I'm thinking about this, I'm realizing that I can't split vertically. Right. Okay. So, the shaft junctions won't split vertically. So at the shaft junction, which I don't think I've shown you guys in this series yet. I do have a screwdriver, good. What you can do is there are two modes to the shaft junction, all right? So you can see up on Whale it's saying merging power. So power can input from green and output to red. Two inputs, one output. Shift right-click and it splits power, all right? So now it's splitting like this. That works. And I was originally going to do this vertically and make it easy on myself, but I can't do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put him there, all right? And then I'm going to take my steel shaft, and I'm going to go... That's not the steel shaft. And then I'm going to go forward a block, like that. So green to red. And then I'm going to put down my bevel gears. And bevel gears allow a change in direction. Now, understand that this is actually one of those things that, like, you first see it in the mod, you're like, what the heck am I doing? What you're doing is that each one of these sides has a color, all right? So you can see up is blue, down is turquoise, teal, whatever. Towards me is black, away from me is yellow, all right? So then what we're going to do is we're going to change the input and output. So I want the input to be purple and the output to be black. So I'm going to say input purple, output black. All right? Now, these guys also need to be heated up, I think. I don't remember. I think we're at about the right temperature right now. I don't think we want to get them much hotter than where they are today. So then what we can do is you can see automation. So right now it's producing yeast, and right now it's producing yeast, all right? Now, what we need to do is we need to give this guy a redstone signal, one of them a redstone signal. And what that basically does is that allows us to... I'm going to fix that right now. What we're going to do is, or rather what that does, what we're going to do what that does, is it changes what's allowed in each slot. So do I already have a lever laying around somewhere? I do. I have plenty of levers. Oh, right, from where I had a billion redstone engines doing things. Right. So by changing the automation setting, we're basically changing how the pipes, how it's handling pipes. All right. So if I come over to this guy, and I give him a redstone signal, you can see he's now producing sludge. Beautiful. So now what I can do is I can put my dirt in and my sugar in, and he's going to start running, theoretically. Oh, right, he also needs water. Things you forget about. Now, thankfully, that's pretty easy for me to supply. If I don't derp out completely and pull that. Unfortunately, there's no word for derp that really rhymes with Cass or Cassarian. If you guys think of one, please let me know, because I apparently need my own equivalent of a dire derp. Alright, there's that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to carry this through, and we're just going to connect it to the bottom of these machines here. We'll go through, over, and over. And then we're just going to connect this back here. And we'll keep it just down a level. Why not? Get a wrench, please. Let's turn that off because it annoys me, and connect that. Perfect. All right, so we now have... There we go. So we're now producing yeast. And now what we want to do is we want to take some of that yeast. I got the achievement fermenter. We want to take some of this yeast, we want to take some of this stuff, and we want to put this in like this. And this is going to give us sludge. Okay? Now, you can... Sludge. You can see you can use all sorts of different stuff here. Alright? We can use potatoes, we can use... Would you stop giving me every damage value on the planet for flipping potatoes? Please. How many damage values are there for potatoes? So basically, you can throw almost any, and I mean, by the looks of it, anything into the fermenter, all right? And get sludge out the other side. But as you can see, we're doing a pretty good job getting sludge from this. All right, so we're now out of that. We're out of sugar. We do have some yeast, however. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to... Actually, hold on for a second. Let me check with saplings, all right? Because it may be that saplings are actually more efficient. Wrong type of fermenter. Okay, that just gives you one. Okay, so leaves are going to be more efficient for us to use. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our item ducts now, and we're going to connect them up like this. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, over, and then over. And actually what I'll do is I'll remove this. Oh, I need to eat. Pull you out. I haven't eaten that recently, so we'll eat some of that. Nom 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 nom. There we go. All right, so then we're going to take our item duct and we're going to drop him right there. All right, and we're going to filter this guy, and we're going to say dirt and eventually sugar will go in there. All right, once I get some more sugar going on. So that's that. Then on the fermenter side, we want to say, we'll filter it again to say whitelist leaves. And we're going to need a couple more things. We're going to need a servo. We're going to need 3 servos, actually. Come on, servo. Can I make more of you? Yeah. Beautiful. All right, so we got some more servos. So we need 3 servos, I think? Yeah, I think 3 servos work. Okay. So let's see. We're going to put a servo here. And we're going to say redstone control ignored. All right. We're going to put a servo here and ignore that control. So leaves are going to come out now, and they're going to go into here. And they're going to back stuff. All right. That's going to happen pretty fast. They will back stuff on this. Yeah. All right. We should back stuff soon. Oh, right. It's not pulling any more out. And it backstuffed on this connector. Or not, apparently. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, sludge. Right. So that's that, and that guy's pulling out again. Okay, whatever. Alright, so we need some more sugar, but that's fine. And the last thing I wanted to do, too, was to hook up a chest there, so I can put dirt and sugar in there and have it automatically pull out. Now, if the back stuff ends up being too much of an issue, I can switch this up to use Ender IO instead. And that's probably a better way of doing it, because Ender IO can't back stuff. It will just say, well, I can't put anything in now, so... Actually, this setup would be a whole lot simpler just using Ender IO, now that I think about it. Be a hell of a lot simpler, actually. Because all we'd have to do, really... Because remember, Ender IO won't put stuff into some place that it shouldn't be able to. So we do that, and we say that we're going to active without signal, and you are an insert, and then you are an insert, and actually that you are a in-out insert extract active without signal. You do have disabled self-feeding, right? Yes, okay. So in theory, what should happen is that got pulled out, and the rest of the yeast just got pushed into here. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And then we're going to go insert extract, and we're going to say your channel brown, active without signal. And then what we can do over here is we can say that you are in-out insert on brown, extract green, but we need a filter for you. All right, so that's going to prevent anything weird from getting pulled out of there. So because of the way Ender IO works, we can very easily have both an input and an output chest in the same... We can use the same chest for inputs and outputs without too much difficulty, and I'm out of paper. Oh, gosh. Carpenter for wood pulp. Yeah, how do I get wood pulp? Actually, I may have some wood pulp already, if I think about it. No, apparently I don't. Alright, well, that's a little irritating. For right now, then, let me just get another chest out, and we'll use that as the output chest. Gosh, alright. That's fine. And yes, I know my timer just went off, but episode's gonna run a little bit long, especially if I keep going the wrong direction. Oops. I need to fix this place up and put signs in. And actually, prettify a lot of these passageways and expand them out, because this is actually getting on my nerves now, too. Alright, so let's do that, and let's say you are simply on extract mode, and you are simply on insert mode brown. Okay, so we got some sludge. That's good to see. Sludge and this. If I drop this in... Nope, that's the wrong chest. That goes in there. There we go. That goes in there, and that goes in there. Perfect. Okay. So now what we do is we need to actually turn this sludge into ethanol, because if we look at the uses for it, there is one use, and that is ethanol crystals. Yep. One use only. Ethanol crystals. All right. Probably I could throw it upstairs, but I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put it in here. Do you have anything stuck in you? No? Okay, so we're going to throw that in there. We're going to throw this in there. Okay. And that should cook it up into ethanol crystals, all right, which we can then use in a new type of rotary craft engine, which unfortunately I'm going to have to show to you guys in the next episode, because this has been Mr. Kasarian. We are sadly out of time. Hopefully next time you see me, this will be prettied up, and some of the other builds outside will be done, because I like to do all that off camera for you guys. I don't know why this isn't keeping up anymore, which is driving me a little crazy. Yeah, great. Okay. Anyways, guys, this is Mr. Kasarian. Thank you for watching. Oh. Huh. I must have been... yes, I was okay, I know what happened here. Sorry, I was testing things in my test environment, which is why the Firestone was in there, and apparently I used the wrong save when I started this, but Long story short, didn't lose any data, don't care. Test world, oops. But that was, I think, the only thing I was testing at that point. Anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. And as always, guys, happy mining.